Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Sabir Shakir to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Sabir Shakir's words. Sharing some of the most important and top-level information from the federal capital, Islamabad. Today is Monday, June 9th. The Eid holidays are over, working days have resumed, and news is pouring in from all sides. In this vlog, I want to share 2 or 3 important updates with you. All of them are quite troubling for the government. The current situation is such that the PMLN, or Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, is actively looking for individuals who can somehow approach Imran Khan and initiate dialogue with him to resolve matters. However, what Imran Khan's response will be is yet to be known. If you listen to my previous vlog, I shared some details that had not been revealed before, covering all the efforts made by the military establishment to initiate talks with Imran Khan. Anyway, let's now go through the news one by one so you can understand why the government is so troubled right now. According to estimates, from May 2024 till now, wheat farmers have suffered losses exceeding PKR 2 trillion due to low prices. In the current fiscal year, cotton production declined by 34%, maize production fell by 15%, and wheat production dropped by 8.9%. This is the state of our agriculture, which is supposed to be the backbone of our economy. Approximately 65% of Pakistanis are connected to this sector. This news was reported by Adnan Adil. Further details reveal that, over 85% of FBR's tax revenue is now being spent on interest payments on domestic and foreign loans. Over the past 3 years, Pakistan's economic growth rate has been the lowest on average, while the rupee's value has plummeted and prices have, doubled. Industry and agriculture have collapsed, hollowing out the economy. Another alarming development, the government is frankly unable to understand how to address its fiscal shortfall. Expenses are high, with excessive luxuries and unnecessary spending, while revenues are low, even though more taxes have been collected this year compared to last year. However, spending has increased even more than tax revenue. When analysed across provinces, the best performance was by PTI in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, or KP. Then came Sindh, followed by Balochistan. Punjab performed the worst in almost all areas: economy, law and order, health, education and public services. There was, however, one area where Punjab performed exceptionally: on TikTok. Now, there's an effort underway to tap into Pakistanis' hard-earned money deposited in banks. Journalist Shahbaz revealed that 9 trillion rupees is currently deposited in banks. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif and Ishaq Dar have their eyes on these funds. They are suggesting, why not take just 1% of it, which would be over 900 billion rupees. This is their policy, not to reduce their own expenses, not to contribute from their own pockets, not to make the state welfare-oriented, but to spend more on themselves. They also plan to impose a 10% surcharge on anyone with a monthly income exceeding 500,000 rupees. The next news comes from the government's own economic survey report for 2024 to 2025, prepared by government officials. According to the official survey, the government failed to meet its growth target. The interim growth rate recorded was 2.68%, while the target was 3.6%. In reality, the actual growth is believed to be less than 2%. The performance of the agriculture sector was disappointing. Growth of major crops was -13.49% versus a target of -4.5%. The cotton ginning sector shrank by 19%. Overall, agricultural growth was just 0.56% against a target of 2%. Major industries shrank by 1.5%. Services sector growth was 2.9%, below the 4.1% target. Wholesale and retail trade growth was a mere 0.14%. These are the government's own figures, not ours. The bureaucrats who compiled the report admit these failures. Meanwhile, the government's primary focus remains on political revenge, how to crush Imran Khan and PTI. Despite multiple failed attempts, they continue to arrest people. One recent case, a PTI worker from Jang, a student named Tahir Abbas Dandla, resident of NA 108 Mandi Shah Juna, has been missing for 5 days after reportedly being forcibly disappeared from Lahore. Sheikh Waqas Akram has condemned this abduction. This summarizes the alarming state of Pakistan's economy, agriculture, industry and political affairs. The picture is grim and the government seems directionless, more focused on political vendettas than solving real issues. Even now, the government's main focus is on how to exact political revenge, how to crush Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Imran Khan. Despite all their efforts, they have failed. Even at this moment, people are still being picked up. A PTI worker from Jang has gone missing in Lahore. Sheikh Waqas Akram has stated that Tahir Abbas Dandla, a student and resident of NA 108 Mandi Shah Jona, Jang, was forcibly disappeared 5 days ago from Lahore, an act they condemn. If he has committed a crime, then he should be presented in court. Abducting people like this is not acceptable. As detainees are being released, they are beginning to speak out about what was done to them in jail. Auria Makbul. Jan revealed that he was tortured. After being arrested, he was injected with something, verbally abused during detention, and told, "Get a girl once a week so your mental frustration cools down." He said this vile treatment still deeply disturbs him. Even Imran Riaz has said that similarly disgusting actions were attempted on him. He was told to make a video with a girl. Many others who were arrested and have since been released also recount abuse and cruelty. Imran Khan's sister, Noreen Niazi, stated that those currently in military custody, whether it's Hassan Niazi or others, when they are released, the stories and painful experiences they'll share will be so horrifying that they'll send chills down people's spines. She said this is perhaps why the authorities resort to such actions, because they have nothing else left. Now, once again, Rana Sanallah is making an effort. He says they are ready to negotiate with Imran Khan and want talks to resume in some way, but he claims that Imran Khan is not willing to negotiate, even though they want to. He also mentioned that they have once again invited him. Rana Sanallah has admitted that Pakistan's economic situation is not good. That's why he said they have also invited PTI to come to the table for the country's development and prosperity and to agree on a charter of economy. Just like from May 6th to May 10th, when the entire nation showed unity and solidarity. Now the question is, why has PTI alone been excluded from the Charter of Economy? All other political parties have been united like a single entity for the past 3 years, standing firm like a clenched fist, with full support from the establishment. So if the imported government, the Kakar interim setup, and the so-called fake regime are all united, why can't they fix the economy? Why is it necessary to sign the charter with Imran Khan and PTI? Because the current setup has failed, growth has dropped from 6.2% to below 2%. Despite 3 years in power, this will be their fourth budget. They presented one in 2022, one in 2023, one in 2024, and now this is their fourth budget in 2025. But all they've managed to do is increase Pakistan's debt to 90 trillion rupees with no plan to bring economic progress. There's no agricultural development, no industrial growth, and no sign of progress in any other area. On the other hand, IG Punjab Usman Anwar went to the house of Zille Shah's sister, met the children and tried to stage a drama by saying, "Zille Shah comes to me in my dreams and asks me why he was killed." But Usman Anwar should look into his own conscience and ask himself why Zille Shah was murdered. He was the IG on that very day, and the entire police force was under his command. So why did it happen? Another revelation is that the current Air Chief of Pakistan, Zahir Baba Sidhu, was personally selected by Imran Khan. During the selection process, Imran Khan interviewed him, found him fit for the role, and appointed him as Chief of Air Staff. One last piece of news. Bangladesh's interim government head, Mr. Mohammed Yunus, has announced that general elections will be held in April 2026. This raises a question. What's the point of setting such a distant date? A full year later? Why not hold the elections immediately to see who the public supports? But it seems that conspiracies are also being weaved in Bangladesh, where the people have launched a revolution and overthrown a fake and fascist regime. Yet now it appears that the handlers of that old regime are trying to reinstall it. Let's see what happens next. That wraps up our translation of Sabir Shakir's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.